This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Good morning, Stocktonians, and welcome to another episode of Tales and Tips. I am so honored to have with me today two chiefs from Directions Medical Clinic with locations in both Lodi and Stockton, and we're going to hear about the amazing things this organization is doing to help women and children in our community. I have with me Paula Leary, who's the CEO of both locations, and Carol Richardson, who's the executive director of the Stockton branch. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, Julie.
Good morning, Julie.
Let's start with Paula first. Can you give us a general overview of what your organization is and what it does for people in the community and how long it's existed?
So we opened our doors in 1994. A group of people came together wanting to provide life-affirming alternatives to women who were faced with a crisis pregnancy and had really no clinics to go to that offered anything other than abortion. So in 1996, we became a licensed medical clinic. We have medical director at the time, Dr. Adam Dodd, and a nurse manager, and we provided pregnancy testing and ultrasound imaging to women that were happy to be pregnant and women that were in a crisis pregnancy, not sure what they were going to do, and gave them education and information so they can make an informed decision about their pregnancy. We are a faith-based organization, and we believe that every life is valuable. And so it's our desire to love on these women that come in that are stuck in a crisis, don't know what to do, and to provide them really with education about all of their options.
You're giving them resources, though, too.
Absolutely.
And making sure that they don't feel like they're alone.
Absolutely. Everyone that comes to our clinic receives a packet with referrals for reproductive health care, OBGYNs, insurance for a lot of them Medi-Cal, or they get presumptive Medi-Cal, so we have information and other organizations that can help them fill out that paperwork and get the insurance they need if they're going to continue their pregnancy. And then the only thing we don't refer for abortions, but we have information and education about the abortion procedures, and we do pre and post abortion education. That's exactly how I came to the center in 2002. I had several abortions as a teenager, and in my mid-30s was just in crisis, not knowing what to do about it. I really came to a place in my life where I couldn't move on. I didn't know how to move forward. And I could no longer bury those emotions and feelings I was struggling with. And so I found, at that time, it was the Pregnancy Resource Center in Lodi. I found the Pregnancy Resource Center in Lodi. I went through a 10-week healing class that they have, and it just changed my life. So I volunteered for a while, and then I've been the executive director and now the CEO for the last 11 years.
Awesome.
So not only do we provide those medical services, pregnancy testing, and ultrasound and option education, but we also have a parenting program called Earn While You Learn in Lodi, and the program in Stockton is Building Healthy Families. So we have a parenting program where the young moms and dads can come and learn about pregnancy and parenting, and then they earn vouchers to buy things they need for their baby, and they can shop in our baby boutique. We have a little store, super cute, filled with all kinds of cute baby items and diapers and wipes and things that parents need for baby, so they can get the education and the material items that they need. So we have the medical clinic services, the parenting program education, and then we also have the post-abortion, pre- and post-abortion education, as well as we educate the community, youth in our community about healthy relationships. We have a program called Exposed. We have educators that go out in the community and talk to kids about safe sex and building healthy relationships.
Wow, that's awesome. And you just covered a huge gamut of things in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, right?
That was pretty amazing. And to me, what also is amazing was the first thing that you said about how you became involved or connected with this organization. And I just have so much respect for you sharing your own personal story. And to me, what's phenomenal about that is that makes a huge difference in how you value what you're doing and how you connect to people. And it gives validity, because if you've experienced it and you're on the other side, then that gives people in crisis hope that they can make it through.
Absolutely. And one of the things I'm just so proud of about our clinic too is that, you know, I was never told, believe it or not, the several times that I experienced abortion, I was never really educated. It was something that I went in, yes, I got the pregnancy test, I'm pregnant, and now, you know, waited in a long line to have my abortion, but never felt like I really knew what was going on. I was very young, very naive. And so education is so important to us. It's so important that a woman knows her options and about all of her options so she can make a truly informed decision. And for the young ladies who come in and they are struggling and with, you know, life, we know it's hard. And some of these things,
Especially now.
these,
Getting harder.
Yeah, it's getting harder. And some of these situations these young moms are facing, or young women, are just horrific. And you understand why they feel trapped and like abortion is the only answer. And we do come alongside them with the information and other resources that can help them, and support services that they so desperately need. But for those, and we're incredibly many women who are what we call either abortion vulnerable or abortion minded, after they talk to a nurse and have the support they need and have the education they need
And see an ultrasound.
will choose to continue their pregnancy. But for those who don't, and still decide, you know what, abortion is the only option for me, or that's what I'm going to choose, even after, you know, I've gotten the information, we are there for them. And we tell them, you know, if you struggle and you need help, we are here for you. Please come back and see us. And we offer them love and hope. There's not judgment and condemnation. And that's important.
That's huge.
Having first said we're a Christian faith-based organization, it's really important for women to know that we are here for them and we love them. And yes, we believe that every life is divinely created, but we also know that God's given us free will and they have a choice, and it's their choice, not ours. But we want them to make an informed decision.
So Carol, let's come back to you. Tell us how you became affiliated with this organization, and let's back up and give contact information. We haven't said anything about addresses, phone numbers, websites, Facebook information.
Okay. Well, first of all, I met Paula through a phone call. I was on your show last year, and I had just become the executive director of the Pregnancy Help Center here in Stockton, and we talked about the challenges and what was going on. And I received a phone call one day, and it was Paula, and she called to say, hey, I'm up here if you need any help. We've been praying for Stockton for years.
Wow.
We know you're not medical and you've not been able to become medical for a lot of reasons. It's very expensive. You need people that are very experienced with the medical side of it. You need a nurse manager that's experienced and has years of an executive director. I did not have that experience. She did. And so we met, and the more we met and talked and the board prayed for us, the more the two boards came together. We came together. There was a unity, and we realized that this is how God was going to bring about medical services in Stockton. And so during the year, the entity that was Pregnancy Help Center on paper dissolved, and we became one organization.
People came together,
and we had, it's everybody's heart was the same. I visited with all the major churches that are supporting us and talked with my major supporters, and they were all like, yes, this is great. So we had a lot of support coming together like this, and we became medical in July, even before we were one entity on paper, even before we rebranded and became Directions Medical Clinic. So the two centers became Directions Medical Clinic, and we are like simpatico. We work really well together. I loved her the minute I
You're
saw her.
both
She's like my
awesome.
sister.
You're both amazing.
You know,
Yeah.
but she's still my boss. And that's a good thing.
Well, and look at all you've done in that short amount of time. Besides implementing medical, I had the honor to be at your fundraiser in Stockton, and that was phenomenal. And I know you've been speaking, doing public speaking engagements in churches and other locations all throughout Stockton and beyond.
Yes, and it was difficult to take this job because I, like Paula, have experienced abortion, and my first get up in public was at our Stockton Host Lions, and I talked about that experience because if you can be vulnerable and take that shame off of that stigma, then you don't belong in this kind of a role. People have to understand that you're not coming from a place where you don't understand what's going on. And so it's been
exactly
a
why
real
you're
walk
perfect.
of faith. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's been a real walk of faith. And I have to say that the community in Stockton has been amazing.
Yes.
And our first big fundraiser in October was a hit, like
It's amazing.
home run.
Knocked
And
it
we
out of the
had
park.
Abby
Yeah,
Johnson
really good.
here, and we followed literally their event the evening before. We were up like 24 hours.
Yeah.
But it was wonderful to
good.
see the two communities come together and just, we want to do this. And the board, at our board from Stockton, came together with their board. We have members that are all, and they're just all on the same page, which
And you've
is
had
amazing.
transformation with your board too. Since
Yes.
you took
Well,
over leadership,
it's one board
and it's
now. Yes.
wonderful.
I actually, when I came on, the board had kind of disbanded. So I actually had to pull a board together. And my board was totally positive about this, even though they were a brand new board when they heard this solution of coming together. So,
Yeah.
It was
and-
meant to be.
Because,
it was. It was.
So important to provide the medical services, and that was the most important thing. It's neat to work with people who have that vision and are humble enough to say it's not about me,
Yeah.
and it's not about the institution or what was Pregnancy Help Center. It's about helping women, and however we can do that, in the best way that we can do that, then that's what we want. And that's, I think, where we were all united going, we want to serve Stockton. And it's so important with the number of abortion clinics that are here that there is another alternative for women here, medically speaking as well.
And support.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me,
So-
that's yes, people need a solution if they're in crisis, but to support is pivotal so that they, no matter what decision they make, they are comfortable with it and they have someone there that they can talk to.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
we would be remiss if, honestly, having done this, if we didn't say a huge thank you to the
Stockton
volunteers in
House
Stockton
Lions, yeah.
and the ladies that are staff and volunteers up in Lodi.
Oh, yeah,
The
they're
staff
amazing.
in Lodi has taken on not
Yeah.
just what they do, which is a full-time job, because they all have like 6 hats, but they've also taken on Stockton to do
Implementing,
all the things. So 2 offices,
all of the
it's
policies and
been
procedures into that.
unbelievable. The
Yeah,
amount of
it's-
work.
yeah.
It's just been unbelievable. Michelle. And
Yeah, thank you, Michelle and
Linda
Melissa.
and
Let's give
Melissa
credit to
and
people.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Michelle
and Brenda
is
coming down, the nurses. Wow.
Yeah, Michelle.
Maureen, my volunteer nurse,
Yep.
Jamie, all the nurses.
So, to speak of just some of the paid staff, the key paid staff, Michelle Wright is our chief operations officer, and runs the programs and the front office, and just is amazing.
machine.
Anybody who knows her knows she's amazing. We laugh. We saw this video a while back. It's funny on YouTube. It's called The First Nut. The first follower, somebody has a crazy idea and wants to do something that's just knocks it out of the park, and you get excited about it, and you have to have that one person that gets excited with you and supports you, and then pretty soon more people get on board. So we laugh and say Michelle was my first nut, my first follower. So never
great.
shared that with Carol, but she really is just pivotal in the organization as far as helping us keep everything organized, because Carol and I are more like sanguines, fly by the seat of our pants, go out. We have these great, amazing ideas, but then we need people who can implement those ideas. So thank you, Michelle.
People that can mobilize the army.
That's right. Mobilize the army.
Frenetic energy.
So Michelle keeps it all together. And then Sherry
Melissa.
Cooper is our brand new, we had been praying for a new nurse manager for, I'm not kidding, like 2.5 years. And so Sherry Cooper, she's actually a nurse practitioner, gave up her practice. She had like, I don't know how many patients, and was, with her full-time job and dealing with her patients, but really felt the Lord calling her to this. And so she is now just rocking it as our new nurse manager. And we've got some great plans for the future. And then Melissa, she's amazing.
Bookkeeper and she's
fundraiser. And
she wears a million hats. She gets you can't even describe everything she does.
Yep. And we have a new office coordinator, Brenda Vaccarelli. Yep.
And she comes down every Wednesday, and she is pivotal to the reason we can have medical here. And she came down and trained my ladies, because it's a very different office environment when you become medical. We had to completely renovate the office. We had to change everything around. We have a lot of rules and laws,
new things that we have to do,
HIPAA and everything, and dot all your I's and cross all your T's. And she has been very patient with us.
Yes. So
my volunteers have worked so hard.
They're
to
amazing,
learn, and they are just so
willing to do anything
and
everything.
They're great.
So how do people reach you? Addresses, locations, times, website, phone number.
So
Facebook.
right now in Stockton, Brenda comes down on Wednesdays, like Carol said, with our mobile unit. So it's the mobile unit that provides the services at this time. We have found a medical building that we'd like to renovate, and we're in the beginning stages of figuring out what that looks like and trying to get underwriting for that. But for now, it's there on Wednesdays. We're looking to have it there more days a week. In the Stockton Center.
We are only open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, unfortunately, because of not enough volunteers and not enough paid staff.
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. We're starting.
The Monday.
Where are you?
We're starting.
And we are at 829 Rosemary Lane. And our phone number there is 933-9131, and that is a 209 area code.
By appointment or walk-in?
You can, if people walk in and they need to see us, we will see them. But medical is by appointment, and if they can't get into Stockton, then the Lodi office is open medically in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday by appointment. And so we can refer up there.
Yeah, so in Lodi, we're at 942 East Pine Street, roll right off 99. And we prefer an appointment. It's always best to make an appointment. If you walk in, we will try to fit you in. We can't promise, just depending on how busy that medical day is, but we will do our best. So best to call, and that number is whether you would like an appointment in Stockton or Lodi, best to call the 209-368-7190. 209-368-7190 number, and we can make that appointment for you either on the Wednesdays in Stockton or a day during the week at the Lodi office.
Awesome. Excellent. And let's say that someone is in crisis and just wants to talk to someone. Is there any kind of 24-hour helpline?
Well, it's not a 24-hour, but it's pretty good, and it's called Options United. And that is actually on our door. I believe it's on your door too, up in East Pine Street. But if you need the phone number and you want to call there, you can talk to anybody. They will refer you to the nearest medical clinic or pregnancy center wherever you live. And I don't know that number offhand, but it is called Options United. And they're wonderful.
And if you call the Lodi office, that 209-368-7190, if we're not there to answer the phone, you'll get the recording. And I believe that number is on the recording as well. And you can also leave a message, and the next day, business day that we're in the office, we'll return the call.
So also, if you call the Stockton number, it will roll over to Lodi after 3 rings, because they are in the office 5 days a week, and we are not. Because
Yet. Well,
Lodi has been around for many. The Options United helpline is 877-398-7734, and they're open from like 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight. They haven't got the 24-hour thing yet, but pretty much when they're getting phone calls, they're open quite a bit.
So I just wanted to mention one thing too, as we talk about, we're open 5 days a week in Lodi and working towards that in Stockton. As we were looking up some of the numbers and the donors that we have, the people supporting us in Lodi, we have over 1,100
Wow.
supporters.
And we
That's
are
amazing.
totally donor
Truly,
supported.
yes, which is
phenomenal.
amazing between churches, businesses, and individuals, right? And that doesn't count the volunteers. Like those are just people that are giving financially during the year. In Stockton, you have 336. So
But it's growing.
yes, it is growing.
But that's
But
one of
my
the reasons.
challenge is
Yeah.
Stockton is so much bigger and the need is
Yeah.
so great. And we are here to meet that need and to come alongside these women. But we need the Stockton community to come alongside
That's why
us.
we're here today.
Yes, we need you. And thank you for those of you who have been so faithful. That 300 has been a mighty army and has been faithful through the years and so supportive. And we just need more people to get on board and catch the vision and come alongside Stockton so we can truly be open 5 days a week and provide more and more services to the community that so needs what we're offering.
So how can people help you? Obviously, you want monetary donations. What about volunteer time? What about donating certain things? And how do they reach you to do any of those things?
So reaching us, you can go to our there's several ways. You can go to our website, which is dmc4women.org. So that stands for Directions Medical Clinic. So dmc4women.org, and donate through our donate page, or email us if you're interested in volunteering or helping with fundraisers. We put on 3 major fundraisers a year. We have the baby bottle fundraiser going on right now called Time for Change. So many of the churches in Lodi, it's promoted through the church community. There's bottles out in the foyer, and the parishioners come and pick up a bottle and then fill it with their spare change, check or cash during a couple weeks. That's about how long the campaign lasts. And we've got a few churches in Stockton now. I think we have 2 or 3. And
Quail Lakes Church is a huge supporter and has been for many years. Couldn't do anything without them. The First Baptist Church here in Stockton.
St.
And
Michael's
shout out to
has
the
been
First
real
Baptist
supportive
Church
too.
in Linden.
Yeah.
They're all having one this month alone.
Linden, wow.
Linden,
Yeah.
yeah, wonderful First Baptist Church there. And
Yep.
we've got a lot of the Catholic churches have stepped up and done, St. Michael's. And I'm still getting out to the community. Lincoln Presbyterian, wonderful supporters. Going to visit them right after this.
And we have about 15 to 20 churches
Up in Lodi, yeah.
in Lodi supporting it. First Baptist of Lodi, First Baptist Church is amazing, and Grace Point and Horizon Community Church. And
We feel bad if
Temple-
we leave somebody
yeah.
out. We don't mean to.
yeah, we don't, but there's just amazing support with the church community. But so our fundraisers are mostly promoted through the church community. The baby bottle fundraiser this month, which is when the Sanctity of Human Life Sunday is on the 20th.
Right, that commemorates.
So this
Roe
next Sunday.
versus Wade. That's why we have it in January. Roe versus Wade,
Right.
passed in 1973, right around that time. And we also have the Diaper Dash. The Diaper Dash is happening
Yeah.
through KYCC.
Yeah,
We don't
KYCC
want to
Diaper
forget
Dash.
that. KYCC does that. They
So that's on the
promote it.
25th, yeah.
And that's on the 25th from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And I'm having mine at Brookside Christian College, right there on Rosemary, just a block or 2 away from me. The wonderful people at Christian.
Is it a
Brookside
college?
Christian? No,
School.
I'm sorry, school.
I didn't think so. School.
I'll bet you those kids are going to feel good that I
Yeah.
said that, though.
That's awesome.
Can't wait
And
to go to
they've
college.
been very supportive
Yeah.
as far as the kids that go to school there have come and
Wonderful.
helped us.
Yeah, they
at
helped
our
with the
fundraiser
breakfast that we
cleanup.
had. They were great.
Wonderful.
A real group. Shout out to John Vaughn. He works there
Yeah.
and has helped us get
And-
connected.
And
there.
connection to younger generation
Oh, yeah,
is
huge.
really important, because as both of you mentioned, you were younger when there were
Yeah.
episodes where you were feeling alone and not sure about what to do. And I think now for teenagers, that's even more with how society is, and for kids to have a connection where they can ask questions and
Absolutely.
not feel criticized for doing that is
Right.
pivotal.
Absolutely.
You're right.
And then so the other fundraiser that's coming up in April and May for Stockton is our Walk for Life. And so that's another huge fundraiser for us that's promoted also through the churches. So if there's any pastors out there listening that want to get involved, 209, that's in Lodi, 209-368-7190, or in Stockton,
933-9131.
And our event in Lodi is Saturday, April 27th, the week after Easter. And then the event in Stockton will be May 25th.
And it'll be pretty much our first walk for life in as long as
Awesome.
there was one maybe many years ago, but I don't know when it was.
Yeah, so if
And
you want to
it's
get
a lot of
involved,
fun.
the Stocktonians get involved in the first annual Walk for Life.
Lions Club will be there.
And it's
Yay,
really
Lions Club are
cute.
coming.
It's so funny. I went to theirs, and the pastors have a pastor
They're such
race.
good sport.
It's hysterical. They put a plastic baby and they dress it, and they have to hit different stations. They have to change a Snickers diaper, and they have to
it's fun.
burp the baby, and they have referees that throw flags. Unnecessary roughness on the baby.
But my favorite
So
part,
funny.
everybody gets a prize at the end.
Yes.
So,
Awesome.
but yeah, that's the way
Cool.
we can get the church community involved.
Great.
So, and then the other one that we do, we had talked about, we do a few in the summer. We're thinking maybe of a new one. We'll throw this past you and see what you think. Bowling for babies, because I heard there's a lot of bowlers here.
Yeah, we
There
have
aren't so
bowling.
many in Lodi, because I
We
don't even
should
think
do
we have
that.
a bowling alley in
We
Lodi.
have great bowling
But-
alleys here that are fun.
Yeah. So
Yes, we
so we're
do.
thinking
Yeah.
about that.
Okay,
And then
awesome.
we
Love to
have
do
our
that.
fall fundraiser, which is a night of inspiration in Lodi and a morning of inspiration in Stockton, and that will
Wonderful.
be coming up in October of 2019. Also, like you said, just anybody can donate to us, send a check. We're at 942 East Pine Street in Lodi, and
829 Rosemary Lane. And we do give tours if you want
Yes.
to know more about us. I don't want to give money until I know more about this place. These two
Right.
ladies are on the radio talking, but I want to see where
Right,
my money's
right.
going. Call us, come in for a tour.
yeah,
Talk to us, ask us questions.
call to make an appointment though.
And like Abby Johnson, our last speaker, said, she was she was like employee of the year for a big organization that does abortions.
Planned Parenthood.
And she said at our last speaker, she said, if you're going to pray about supporting the pregnancy help centers now become Directions Medical Clinic, I can stop you right there and tell you, God will say yes, because God wants life and life abundantly, and he wants us to support that life. So
Yeah, and support.
she was amazing.
Yeah, support
Support
women
the
that
life.
are just in crisis.
Yeah.
You know, we got to help each other. If there's a lot more helping out there, the world would be a better place, right? so
Most
it starts
definitely.
with us. Starts
It
with us.
starts with that and love and support and
Yeah.
understanding.
We also, just real quickly, I wanted to say we also need volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering or getting involved, just call us. We need registered nurse volunteers, as we can provide more medical services only if we have the medical staff to do it. So we have a couple paid staff, but we need more nurse volunteers. So if you're a registered nurse and you're interested in learning about how to come alongside a woman and provide pregnancy testing and support and education and ultrasound, give us a call too. It doesn't hurt to check it out.
Right. And it is a highly trained position.
We provide
so
the
you
training,
go through a
yeah.
lot of training, and that again is an expensive. It's an expense. I had one wonderful donor when I told him the expense, which is
Oh, yeah,
right
that
around
was
$7,000,
amazing.
and he said, I'm interested. Him and his wife said, I'm interested in that, and I sent him a needs statement, and he sent me a
Yes.
check.
Wow.
But that's just
Thank
not
you.
a one-time
Wow.
thing.
There-
It's
yeah,
an
there've been some
ongoing
Wow,
need.
that's amazing.
And that's $7,000.
Well, you're changing lives and you're fighting for lives.
huge.
And you're saving lives. So let's talk about numbers. Let's go back, Paula, on the Lodi end. How many women do you think you're helping annually? And if you can give an overview since your organization has existed, how many women and children do you think you've helped?
So on our 20th anniversary, we said that we had 800 women that we knew of who were what we consider abortion vulnerable, abortion minded, who after having the support and education chose life. Wow. So now 4 years later, I'm saying probably up to 1,300, but we average about between 1,000 and 1,500 visits. So we're providing more than just the pregnancy test and ultrasound. So thousands.
And that's huge.
Thousands, and maybe even over, 10,000.
That's huge when people are thinking about where their dollars, their discretionary dollars that are limited, where they want it to go. They want it to go somewhere that's making a difference, and that's a huge difference.
Right, and so just this last year, we got statistics for 2018. The nurses provided 360 pregnancy tests. We did 251 ultrasounds. Of those 251 ultrasounds, 155 of those women were, again, abortion vulnerable or abortion minded. And of those 155, 129 after having the support, education, information chose life. So that's huge. It's 129 babies that will be celebrating their first birthday probably in 2019, thanks to all the support we have. We had combined in both the program in Stockton and Lodi and our parenting program over 40 women that joined the program and came to educational classes and one-on-one sessions with the mentors and earned baby items through our baby boutique. Just in the Lodi Center alone, we gave out almost 3,000 diapers. And then we gave out about 80 layettes. So layettes are a gift bag or a gift basket if you're in Stockton, filled with newborn baby items for a new mom with a baby who doesn't have what she needs, that will provide for anyone in need with an infant that's struggling. We gave out, I think, 10 car seats.
Yeah. And we have similar statistics, however, because we were not medical, we don't have statistics, but since
you will.
June,
Yeah, we will. We will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe that it was about 1,500, about the same thing as far as women that came through the doors and got our help. Yeah, it was
wonderful.
Yeah.
And what about connections with hospitals in the area? What about Lodi Memorial or Dameron or County or St. Joseph's? Have you reached out to them?
So that's our plan this year, to do that in Stockton. We have great plans for Stockton. In Lodi, we do work with Lodi Health. Now, what was Lodi Memorial Hospital, but I think it's Lodi Health. And once in a while, their OB department, the social worker, will call us, and we will provide the car seat for a mom that comes presenting and doesn't have anything. She'll get that basket we talked about and anything else that the social worker thinks that she needs in a car seat. And so we are working together with them, as well as, the moms that need prenatal care. We're often the first medical clinic they go to, so oftentimes we'll provide that ultrasound report and information for their continued prenatal care to that provider. And so we are working with the OBGYN, the clinics in the Lodi community, as well as our hospital. And we're getting, we're looking to get more and more involved with them as well. Yes. And then we will this year in Stockton.
It's been the plan.
Lots of big plans for Stockton.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Soon you're going to need, I know you talked about changing locations. You're going to need a bigger facility.
We actually are looking at an office. It's right on the same block because we want to stay right in that vicinity.
It's right across the street from Planned Parenthood.
And it gives us huge exposure.
That's
because it's the
great.
same.
There's a choice.
That's
it is great
wonderful.
because
That's
there's a
great.
choice.
But it is, again, it's all up to God because the money has to come through the door. The people that own the building are wonderful, and they've been so compliant with us. I actually have the plans out in my car, the blueprint, and we're going out talking to people, and it's just going to,
it needs a complete renovation, so we'll need some pretty big underwriting.
We'll need
so
people
we're
to step forward and
so
say,
we're praying for
behind
that,
this.
and we're just now in the process of seeking an architect to let us know what exactly is needed, so we can create a needs statement and go out and try to get the funding that we need to make it happen.
And the reason we have to change buildings is because the building we are in right now cannot be medical ever.
Can't be licensed.
Because there's
Oh.
not it's not there's no bathroom in the actual building. It's a public bathroom shared by the different buildings. So that's why we have to do the medical in the medical mobile
you need
unit.
more space also.
Right. Yeah,
Right,
we do.
and-
We're looking to add services too.
Right.
So we have a lot of great plans, but we're hoping in the next 5 years to provide STI, STD testing, which is a huge need
Wonderful.
in this community.
Yeah.
Free of charge
Great.
to anyone. So we're looking at that, and we're also looking at possibly providing the RU46 reversal, which abortions now are most commonly done chemically. It used to be surgically, but now the RU46, which is the abortion pill, has been approved up to 10 weeks. So it has been discovered that so what's happening is women are taking the first pill at the clinic, and then they're supposed to go home and within, I think it's 48 hours or so, take the next pills. And in between those 2 sets of pills, there are some women that are saying, oh no, and they're changing their mind. What do I do? So there have been clinics and doctors who it's called, and it's a 1-800-RU46 reversal if anybody wants to call. But a series of progesterone shots can sometimes then save the life of that baby. And there have been, I think to date, over 150 healthy babies that have been born through that RU46 reversal. It doesn't always work. Sometimes they still abort or miscarry, but it's been successful for many. So we're looking at implementing that as well as we know trending. That's going to be the way most women will be aborting their, having abortions is through the RU46. So we're excited about what's
amazing,
the future and what God's doing.
The more you can help is phenomenal. So Carol, back to the location that you're working on. Once that's in place and everything's set up, how many women do you think, and people with other testing and services, do you think you'll be able to help a year in Stockton?
Oh, I think we will be able to go over in numbers what's happening because there are, 350,000 people in Stockton?
I would say, my guess, if we were operating at full capacity 5 days a week, we're looking at 3,000 to 5,000 a year.
That's amazing. That's phenomenal.
Got to be open.
Yep.
You got to be there to help them.
And we also have a mobile unit, so we can operate both and potentially go to other locations as well in the city.
It would be great to have a connection with Delta and UOP.
Yeah, that's the dream. Yeah.
CSU.
God goes before us.
That would be phenomenal.
Yep.
So once again, let's give all of your contact information, phone numbers, address, website.
Okay, that's
Facebook.
Carol Richardson at the Directions Medical Clinic in Stockton. The phone number is 933-9131, 209 area code. We're at 829 Rosemary Lane. And our my email is carol at DMC for women, FOR, not the number 4, DMCforwomen.org.
And Paula Leary, and I'm the CEO of Directions Medical Clinic. 942, the Lodi location is 942 East Pine Street in Lodi. Phone number is 209-368-7190. You can reach us on the web at www.dmcforwomen.org, and that is FOR.
FOR.
DMC for Directions Medical Clinic.
And are you on Facebook?
We are, but the Facebook is still under Pregnancy Resource Center of Lodi. They haven't switched it yet. So you can find us there under PRC of Lodi, and all the information's there. But we're having a glitch with Facebook. They
take some time.
And it's taking some.
All right. And any final things that you'd like to add or talk about, or a plea to our public?
I'd like to thank you, Julie, for having us on and for being such a wonderful public figure, and thank our Stockton Host Lions for their support and everything. She is the president of the Stockton Host Lions this year.
Thank you so
and she's
much.
done an amazing job.
Thank you. And Voice of Stockton, who supports everything amazing going on in our community.
Right. And I just want to thank all of the supporters out there, because really without our churches and the people that volunteer and work and give and pray, we wouldn't exist. We're here because you give, because you're here. And so thank you so much. And we will grow and continue to grow and be able to see these dreams fulfilled as more people get involved. So if you want to be part of that, please join us. We'd love to have you on our team and on board with us.
And do you have a newsletter that goes out?
We do. We have an e-newsletter that we send through Constant Contact every month. So if you're interested in getting that, we just need your email. So you can either email me, Paula at DMC4women.org, and we'll get you on that list. All I need your email.
Excellent. And the dates of your upcoming events and fundraisers, are those on your website?
Yes.
Yes, they should be. Yeah.
Awesome.
Life.
All right.
We've got a lot of them.
Well, to me, this was so inspiring to hear from both of you how many lives that you're changing. And I love that you have this huge plan to just keep expanding that and helping more people. And I believe that you're going to be able to do it. Look at what you've done so far already.
Yes. Oh, I also would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to my husband at the Gospel Center Rescue Mission, who has helped us quite a bit too. He helped us with our renovations and so forth. So I wanted to say thank you to him and shout out to the Gospel Center.
Awesome. And with, excuse me, with that, I'm going to sign off. I am the voice of Stockton. You are the voice of Stockton. We are the voice of Stockton. Let's make it a great day.